It is Sunday, September 5th, 2021. I haven't done shit. It's 3:30 p.m. Normally I do this in the morning and I post in the morning. Hold up. There we go. It's not going to happen all through the whole thing. Normally I post in the morning. I do this in the morning. I post in the morning. But I was up late last night doing a show and trying to get home at a reasonable hour. Did you know that when you do stand-up comedy and you're not using a car or a bike and you do it, through public transit, you never get home at a reasonable hour? I was unaware of this. I'm going to get into the electric skateboard. It's on the agenda. Let me just ruffle this. Spoilers, foreshadowing. This is the paper ruffling I'm doing. My notes. I'll get to the electric skateboard in a second. My public transit issues. But I wanted to start this podcast off by reading a comment. It was a comment on the very first episode. Hold up. There we go. It was a comment on the very first episode. Here it goes. You might not read this. ... Diddity dot. He didn't. He didn't spell diddity dot. He just said ... It says, dude, I'm so happy for you. My name is Gus. I first saw you a random night that my girl and I were arguing. We decided to walk around downtown Riverside and just randomly ran into you on the corner, diagonal from the gazebo next to the Mission Inn. Classic spot. Deep cuts for those of you who have been following this journey for far longer than the stand-up goes. That's actually where kind of the hideaway initiated from, was me doing music on the street over there. He says, I remember some random homeless lady smacked you and started yelling at you, which eventually made you move your setup all the way to the next donut bar. Yeah, that sounds... I mean, I don't remember this particular moment because I have so many of those particular moments. Oh, God damn. If you watch the TikTok videos from when I was performing on the street, I have a whole stint of that. You'll see some crazy shit. Let's see. Comedy has been in my life since I was at least in... Comedy has been in my life since I was at least in 4th grade. Being an only child coming from a family of immigrants, my parents always worked, so no one was there to stop me from watching crazy motherfuckers talk mad funny shit on Comedy Central. My family, I guess, half raised by my grandparents, so I wasn't. They didn't just leave the house. I had to go sneak up into a separate room and turn the TV way down to watch Eddie Murphy Delirious. But I feel the sentiment. And then it says, last thing he says is, and dude, your makeshift setup with your little car battery and speaker and mic was the first ever comedy show I'd been to. I am so fucking sorry that is the case. I know that this is meant to be a positive message overall, and I will get into that, and I appreciate it. But dude, please, if you have the chance, go see a real comedy show, man. Go to the Improv, go to the Laugh Factory, go to the Comedy Store, go see a real professional comedy show. I know mine is interesting. It's a very interesting thing to watch, but definitely go see a real comedy show. Then I'm truly a fan. Oh, I'm truly a fan, and besides watching Comedy Central at such a young age and rotting my brain, you are a big reason why I want to get into comedy. I just need to lose my fear of public speaking. I'm sure I'll get there one day. I'll see you around, homie. I read that is the goofiest goddamn way. And they put on some slacks, one of those polos with an alligator, and go out to the country club and drink a mojito. I'll see you around, homie. I'll see you around, homie. Good luck in Shy. Just remember, bro, day one fan here rooting for you. Gus, thank you. Trust me, man. I've been saying it for a very long time, and I think I'm doing it pretty well right now. I'm learning how to accept these compliments with a level of grace and not awkwardness. Thank you. That really thank you. I mean, I've been asking for comments this whole time, and that's a great comment to start off with. Excuse me. I just, yeah, the acknowledgement and the fans having, dude, having fans to be able to say that and not feel like a complete ass, it feels kind of good, man. So thank you. But to get to your comedy stuff, you want to do stand-up comedy. The way to get rid of your stage fright and the way to get rid of your fear of public speaking is by doing it. I can't say I fully relate to the public speaking fear because this has been talking loudly in front of people is kind of what I feel most comfortable doing. Like it's weird in a regular conversation with people. Like if there's like 4 or 5 of us at a diner, I actually feel way more awkward than I would on stage in front of 4 or 5 people all having to listen to me. I'm sure it has some sort of thing with my dynamic with having power or something. Goddamn megalomaniac when I'm on stage. So I can't say I fully relate to the fear of public speaking. But what I can say is the way to get over that is not to not do it. I know you said, let me go back here. You said, I just need to lose I'm sure I'll get there one day. You absolutely can, but the way you do that is by going to do it. Stand-up comedy is one of those things where you just have to fail over and over again. It's one of the reasons why I respect skateboarders so much. Alec Damani, go check him out. Your mom's favorite black guy on Instagram, and he doesn't have TikTok. Alec, get it together. Go get a TikTok. Go do some skateboarding on TikTok. That dude skateboards, and I have the utmost respect for that because, you know, if you get on stage, think about it, put it in this perspective. If you get on stage and you fail, you won't have broken bones or hospital bills. Your ego is going to be bruised. You're probably going to be a little embarrassed. You go home, you can go to sleep at night with all of your body intact. If you fuck up on a skateboard the wrong way, it is over. People literally die on skateboards. No, I don't think anyone's died from embarrassment, but who knows? The world's a weird place. But Gus, please comment again. Go on stage. Go, if I assume you live in Riverside. There's Buddy System mics. There's COC. I'll find their Instagram. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. They let's COC. Court of Comics. So it's court_of_comics_COC. These guys are putting on mics out there. It's free. I mean, you probably have to buy a drink, support the venue, but like it's free. Stand-up comedy has just the lowest bar of entry. All you need to know how to do is write your name and speak into a microphone, man, and you're off to the races. So I highly suggest you give it a shot because trust me, man, there's no worse feeling than knowing you want to do something, having a passion for something for so many years, and not doing it, not at least trying, man. So yeah, that's I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Gus, for listening. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being a day one fan for when eventually I get canceled 15, 30 years from now. And you can be like, yeah, but he was cool with me. I appreciate it. Speaking of conquering your fears and doing shit that's out of your comfort zone. So I hit my first Southside mic this week. I did some TikToking about it. Yeah. I'm excited, boy. Okay, so before I came out to Chicago, I one of the things I wanted in terms of the comedy scene was to be around killers, to be around people that are just astronomically better than me. In Riverside in the IE, I was starting to feel like a big fish in a small pond. I was doing consistently well, you know. People were laughing at my stuff, and I was getting recognized. I got fans. Wink, wink, winking the guns. What's that? Can you hear it? It's probably one of the douchiest sounds you can make. And a wink, if you do that, yeah, that's peak douche. That's me back in my slacks and my polo and what is it, those glasses, the rainbow mirrored glasses where you should be using it to ride in the Tour de France, but you just walk around like an asshole with those. Peak douche. Yeah, my goal was to just be around dudes that just were not playing games, that were really good, that have been doing it longer than me. That was another issue I ran into, was when we started this comedy show, we started the buddy system out in Riverside. It was like we were the oldest people doing it. So you don't have anyone to look up to. You don't have anyone teaching you anything. And I wanted to come out. I wanted to do black rooms because they're not easy. One thing is, it's rare that I say positive things about white people. Yeah, you wanna note this down. People start making tally marks for this podcast for every time I say positive things about white people. Very supportive and attentive during an open mic, like for the most part. They'll give you some pity laughs. They'll make it so that it's not awkward. When you go to black rooms and they're not feeling it, man, god damn, the silence is heavy. It feels like everyone gets so quiet that it feels like they're just taking all of the awkward. Nobody in the audience feels awkward. They all take all of the awkwardness and they just hand it to you for you to hold. You hold that L, that A, because awkward, hold the A. I need to find a different word. Either way, it's just so painful. And I needed that, as soon as it starts to get too easy, it's like, all right, I need to change some shit up. And so when I got to Chicago, admittedly, in the beginning, I was getting a little disappointed. I was still having fun. I was finding holes in my game, but I was a little disappointed at first. I was going, so all the hookups to mics I had were all on the north side. North side is Chicago is fucking segregated. North side's white people, south side's black people. I live in Pilsen, which is somewhere in the middle, which is Mexican people. And then a little bit below me is Chinatown, which is Chinese people. And so all the mics I've been hitting were in the north side. And the positive about it's fascinating. And granted, I've only done one south side mic, but I can already get a feel of how different it is. But in the north side, there's this sense of there's a rigid focus on writing. When I was at mics, I would be sitting there and I'd be watching people. And they're bringing their notebooks up and they're staring at their notebooks, and it's just set up, punchline, set up, punchline, set up, punchline, which I have the utmost respect for. That's a style that I think works really well if you want to be a writer on like a talk show or sitcom, or you're trying to get on SNL. A lot of these guys seem to be doing improv, and if you want to be an actor, that's another thing. And then I went to this mic. I got to stop calling the goddamn Southside mic. That is so generic and disrespectful to what it is. It's Laugh Therapy. It was Laugh Therapy. I think it was Thursday. Laugh Therapy. So I went to this mic, Laugh Therapy, and the host went up first, obviously. Fuck. Second episode, go listen to that and listen to what Beltran says about how I need to finish thoughts, and you'll know what I'm thinking right now. So I go to this mic, Laugh Therapy, and I signed up second. And that nobody signs up before me, so I basically signed up first. And so I'm watching the host, trying to get a sense of what the room feels like. And by the way, before I get into how I did, thank you to that host. I don't remember her name, but I've seen hosts that just don't give a fuck. They'll get up there, they'll do their jokes, and then they'll saunter off, not easing the room into the show. The mic was cutting off, and she was switching out the mic while still performing and riffing and doing her thing. She's a fantastic host, really, really good. And I was watching it, and I was like, oh, this is loose. This is really loose. You obviously need to put your jokes in it, but you gotta be on your toes. You gotta be improvising. You gotta be doing crowd work. You gotta really work with the room in a very present manner. And that's kind of what I've been bringing to the North Side, which is the opposite of the vibe up there. So I get on stage, and it's interesting. I don't think I did well. Like, I don't think it was all that great. I think what it was that, like, I think I just earned some respect. Like, it felt like the audience and the comics, and I could be wrong here. Maybe I'll find out years later, but it felt like the audience and the comics could feel that, like, I do this. This isn't my first time at the rodeo. This is my first time on stage. They could feel that I was comfortable up there, but I couldn't click into the energy of the room exactly. I think I was just too excited to be in front of black people performing. It was really nice. Like, I got some laughs or whatever, but it was pretty lackluster. And then at some point, so at some point, I'm riffing, I'm getting it. I'm getting in, talking, cutting up. And I talked to this dude in the audience. I was like, I called him bald dude or whatever, bald guy. And he's like, my name's Chicken Wing. And a little piece of me had heard that before, but I'm on stage and the adrenaline's pumping, and I couldn't, like, think through. But I heard, when someone says their name's Chicken Wing, and you're a comic on stage, it's like, all right, that in and of itself should make the audience laugh. Audience didn't laugh, and I was like, not flabbergasted. I was just like, that's a weird name. That's a very strange name. Hi, I'm Aaron. No, I tried to make fun of it. It bombed. It didn't work or whatever. And then I did the rest of my set. I got off, and that dude, the dude who I was talking to, Chicken Wing, he walks over to me, gives me dap, and he's like, good job, man. And then the host gets on stage and is like, all right, coming to the stage, we got Chicken Wing. And I was like, oh, no, I fucked up. Oh, I done goofed, son. Oh, it's not going to be good for me. What I realized was, like, this guy's a comic, and he is known in the room. Dude gets on stage, immediately goes for my shoes, which was fair, Hey, nothing new for me. Goes for the shoes and starts getting loud. I was like, okay. All right. This was not the guy to be going after when you're doing crowd work. I had no idea. If you're not a comic and you're listening to this, there is no dumber fucking decision to make on stage than to try to do crowd work with another comic, because they know it's like you're not gonna do sleight of hand in front of Penn and Teller. Like, they know what you're doing, and there's this understanding there. And you especially don't want to do it in front of Penn and Teller if you're at my level of magic, which is 0. And I don't have the skill of magic. So, like, he's clearly been doing it. He has respect in this community. This motherfucker has a catchphrase. He says something like, ain't no thing, and then the audience, but a chicken wing, or whatever the fuck. Like, he had a catchphrase. He has a lot of rapport in this room. So this new guy coming in from California talking all this shit is not the most likable thing. And so he gets up there. He goes after me, but it's interesting. What I really liked about this place so far is the way, and this is North and South Chicago, is the way people roast or whatever doesn't feel malicious. It always, back in Riverside, man, it felt, I don't know, off. It felt like there was intent to kill with words, man. And not in, like, a good competitive fuck around way. It was like a really mean, cynical way. But this dude gets on me a little bit, and then goes to a set. Gets on me a little bit, goes to a set. real good, just nice, buttery, smooth flow about it. Very in the moment, very present. As Bruce Lee says, be like water. He's very liquidy. And it's funny, and I wanted to talk to him. I said something, but then this dude disappeared, and I needed to go home and get some sleep. But it makes me really excited. I'm gonna hit that mic again with some different material, and I think I can click into the vibe of the room now. I think in the north side of Chicago, I've been earning some respect. I think people at this point recognize me. I've meeting people and remembering names and faces. Certain mics, I don't need to use my phone I don't need to Google the address and stare at my phone at the little arrow and like just stare down at the arrow to walk me to the open mic, which feels amazing. But on the north side, I feel like I've earned enough respect to where I'm not like getting booked or anything, but people are like, oh, okay. That guy from California, that Aaron Chase guy, the guy who hates white people, that guy, he's good. He's fine. Now I got to do the same thing in the South Side, which I think might be a little more difficult. I don't know. I'm really lucky I hung out with KJ so much before moving out here because he gave me that he taught me that looseness. The thing that I see in the north side is it's very rigid. It's very rigid with the style of writing, and that's kind of how I used to do comedy. I used to be very rigid about it, and KJ helped me like loosen the screws a bit. And I think it's been in my favor in the north side. South side, I think, is going to strengthen that skill. If I can go down there, I can continue to work on that riff, earn respect with these guys, and then bring that same skill up to the Laugh Factory, up to the Comedy Bar. I still need to go to Riddles, which I know is South Side Mike. But if I can bring these skills that I think I'm going to learn from the South Side into the North Side, I think I'll be in good shape there. Yeah. What I came out here to do, and what I kind of envisioned, is starting to happen. See, vision boards do work. I'm kidding. I did not have the goddamn focus to make a vision board. But no, in terms of the comedy scene, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. At first, and then after seeing the Southside mic, I think that's the area of what I had kind of like previously envisioned. So things are looking good there. And on another positive note, Zero, if you're listening, you hear all that positivity, man? Doing well. My job is finally worked out. I am no longer an interpreter, and God damn it, does that make me happy. I never liked I never liked it. You know, I never really enjoyed being an interpreter. I enjoyed American Sign Language to a degree in the beginning. You know, when you're starting something new, you started a new thing, and then you I don't know, skateboarding was the example we used before. Man, you do an ollie, and you do an ollie or whatever. Then you learn how to do a kickflip. Then you do a fakie nose grind to a back half forward plank, or whatever the fuck. Eventually, you get to a point where it's like, okay, do I actually like doing this? And I don't think I ever asked myself that because I was too busy in make money mode. It was like, all right, well, I have a skill. Let me use that skill to make money. But the skill in and of itself was making me fucking miserable. I just hated doing it for a lot of different reasons that I don't feel like getting into, because this podcast has actually been on a fairly light note, and I don't want to fuck that up. But either way, I think I'm done being an interpreter. Being out here, being so far away from the elephant that is Riverside and the people and the experience and the environment and the weather, being so far away from that, is it's making it easier to see the holes in what I needed to change and what I needed to improve, what I needed to just straight up get rid of in my life. And I think sign language is one of those things. I'm still going to put it on my resumes for shit, but substitute teaching is what I've been doing now for the past week. And I'm a little packed in my schedule right now, admittedly. And so I'm going to have to pump the brakes on being out until 2 in the fucking morning. And when this fucking electric skateboard, well, I'll get to it. I'll get to the skateboard. Don't you worry. There it is. Here it is. But with substitute teaching, I can be like, hey, I don't want to work today. I don't have to call off. I don't have to talk to a supervisor and fill out paperwork. I don't have to lie about being sick, especially don't want to lie about being sick right now. Ever. Don't do that. Don't you lie. Lying is bad. You never lie to your employer because your employer cares about you. You're a family. Okay? We all work at the Pizza Hut family and the Taco Bell family and the J.C. Penney family. This is a family, when you get gold stars because you're an adult and you're not there just to earn the paycheck so you can pay bills and feed your family. No, you're there because the Burger King family is more important than your own family. Going to Amazon to fill dildos in boxes and stay in a goddamn hot, uncomfortable warehouse for 18 hours a day with your real family. You don't need to see your regular family. That's not your real family. Does your daughter give you a paycheck? No, your daughter doesn't do that. You know who gives you a paycheck? Daddy Bezos. Your real family. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, working as being able to say like, I just don't want to work today, or I'm going to be out late tomorrow. Let me just not take a job today. That freedom, that flexibility feels amazing. I did my classic errand thing, and I took goddamn 4 or 5 weeks straight of work anyway, which defeats the purpose of what I'm talking about. But I do need to start making money again. Dog, I haven't worked in months. I have not really worked in months. And I didn't realize how powerful a credit card could really be. I need to work that shit down too. No, but having work settled a lot more has helped with my mental health, which is good. This weather, I want to open the window because it's kind of warm in here and there's a nice breeze, but I don't want to. But this weather's been amazing. It's been like low 70s, mid 70s, which is perfect for me. I'm nervous. I can't lie. I'm nervous about the winter. I think it went through different phases. When I first started telling people about it, I was nervous because, everyone was talking shit and being, it's going to be cold. It's going to be real cold, man. It's going to be so cold. And then I was nervous because I agree it is going to be cold. And then as time went on, I kind of got numb to it. I was like, you motherfuckers have never even been in Chicago. How the fuck do you know what it feels like? I know it's going to be cold, but you're saying it's going to be cold like you've been there, like you've been in the snow. Other than Will Henderson. Will probably knows what he's talking about. But yeah, so then it got to a point where it was like I'm hearing it so much, and I think I've inflated it so much in my head that it couldn't possibly be as bad as it's going to be in my head. And then people from Chicago were like, yeah, no, it's going to be really bad. And they're not even like making jokes about it. That's the thing. That was a big difference. In California, people were like making jokes and getting extreme about it. And, you're going to be cold all the time. Your fingers are going to turn blue. You're going to look like Jack at the end of Titanic after you take a shower. No, showers scare me. Like when it's like winter and see, you don't. I don't know. I don't know what winter is. Winter to me is when I was a kid, about 50 degrees, if that. Maybe 50, mid 50s is winter to me. I remember getting out of the shower and being like, ooh, it's freezing. I shouldn't have taken a shower in the first. Why would I put water on myself right now? It's 55 degrees. It's way too chilly. Out here, man, god damn, getting out of the shower is going to turn me into an icicle immediately. I have a strategy, though. My strategy is close all the windows, close the door. I mean, the apartment is small. You know, I'm not living in the friend's apartment. This is a small apartment. So, and the bathroom's fairly small. So I'm going to close the bathroom, steam it up something good, take a shower, nice hot shower, come back out in the steam, and then dry off in the steam. That's my strategy for surviving showers in the winter. We'll probably need to get a heater or some shit. I don't know. I'm nervous about that, especially with the way this public transit thing is gone. Like, I go out to I'll leave at, like, what am I leaving at today? 5? 5, 6? 5. No. I'm leaving like 5 or 6, usually when I hit mics. And I come home late as fuck. And like at a certain point, the buses stop and the trains will stop, or they'll start taking longer. And I keep getting stranded places. And the idea of doing that in below zero weather, like, it's one thing when I'm walking, it's a nice breezy 72 degrees. I got a jean jacket on. I'm wearing jean jackets now. Look how Chicago I am. Jean jackets, boots, and a wife beater, nigga. And a do-rag that's not fully tied. That was that. Like, I that's fine. But when you got to wear a parka and gloves and like, what is it? The tennis rackets under your shoes so you don't fall into the snow. I don't know about all that. So I'll get there when I get there. But that does have me a little concerned. But what's been nice about finally making it out here is I feel like I can be more present. Like, I don't have this crazy big anticipation of this thing I'm trying to escape from and this thing I'm trying to get to. I'm here now, and so, you know, I know winter's going to be a thing. But right now, I don't have to worry about, like, it literally in this moment, hey, it's cool. There's a fucking festival outside that got closed early because of gunshots. Which is true. That really did happen. Apparently some gunshots went off and closed the festival early. But no, there's a festival outside. People are walking around in shorts and sunglasses. People got strollers and babies. A lot of Mexicans. Mexicans got strollers and babies walking around. It's good. It's good. And I've been enjoying it. I'm taking it in. And when winter comes, I'm going to bitch. I'm going to be upset at certain points. But God damn it, it's going to be really cold that first winter. Cool, cold, both. Pun. Which leads me to the next thing, the electric skateboard. I ordered one back in California that was what I thought was expensive, but was actually cheap. It was like a kid electric skateboard. It was cool. It was cool to ride around. There's videos of me doing it on TikTok. And I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, that'd be a cool way to commute around in Chicago. Bikes are really big and clunky, and it's going to take up even more space in the apartment, which we just don't have. Like, my girlfriend got a bike, and that thing takes up the living room damn near. It's like in the hallway. It cuts between the hallway and the kitchen. We put the bike in the hallway and the kitchen, and it's like its own little gate almost. So having something compact, I think, would be good. It being electric just makes me feel cool, all that. And it's going to be good for getting places faster. So going out to mics isn't a whole saga every time I go out. And getting home doesn't become as much of an issue until it snows. I'm not going to be riding that thing around in the snow. So I'll have to figure out something from there. But I ordered that thing. It should be here soon. I checked the FedEx thing every 3-4 hours because I desperately want it. And it's still not here. I'm not going to end the podcast on this fucking electric skateboard now. That's a really lackluster way. I've been saying lackluster a lot too. No, it's this. I've been reflecting on this whole experience a lot so far, and it it scares me, the idea that what if I had listened to people? What if I brought up Chicago and people started making fun of me and well, that's stupid. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Yeah, I know I had this idea, but you have a different idea about your life. I should follow what your life is. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what if I had done that? I didn't come out here. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. What if the pandemic happened? Am I just going to make my version of Disney's What If? All of the different alternate timelines of my life where I ultimately end up killing myself. Because this was a great decision. I'm so fucking happy I came out and I did this, man. And I think it's going to take me some time to even really process. It might take me like a year to fully process the decision that has been made. And, you know, for a while I was thinking, like, there's no way I'm going to stay out here for only a year. You know, into my head I said, I'm going to bare minimum 2 years so I can kind of sink in and get comfortable. So far, man, this place feels like home. I love it. I really love it out here. And I think the idea of, like, moving again, that shit damn near killed me. So the idea of moving again, especially moving back to Riverside, fuck that. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm pretty confident I will never move back to Riverside. Some real catastrophic shit would have to happen for me to be like, I guess let's get my bags. Let's go back to this fucking desert. I can't see it. I really can't envision that. If I went back to California, I'd probably go to LA or San Diego or San Francisco. But doing another big move like that I just don't want to do that anytime soon. It's a lot. Moving is a big thing. Anytime you bitch about America and someone's like, well, if you fucking don't love America, you could just move. You could just move back to Africa, even though you were born in Chino, California. Move back to Africa with the rest of your ancestors. No, you murdered them, buddy. When people are like, yeah, just if you don't like them, if you don't love America, just leave. Dude, it was fucking hard enough to move across the country, let alone to a whole other nation with different languages and cultures. No, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Like this moving thing has been fucking insane. So I think as of right now, I think I'm hunkering down here in Chicago. Yeah, let's wrap this up. How long has it been? 37 minutes. Every episode keeps getting longer. I think the longest I'll cap it at is like an hour whenever I get to that point of rambling. Gus, if you're still listening, seriously, go do stand-up comedy and comment again and let me know how it goes or something. Other listeners, which seems to be 20, I think it's been about, let's see. Let me check my analytics. Yeah, episode, hold up. Here we go. Episode 1 has 30 views. Episode 2 has 29. Episode 3 has 20. Episode 4 has 25. I genuinely don't know how to do the analytics part of things. So I don't know how long people listen. I don't know what is considered a view. But I'm just going to assume they listen to most of it, if not all of it. Thanks for listening. Comment. Tell me what pizza places I need to go check out. Give me something to talk about. All right. Talk to you next week.